In this class, let us consider the action of position operator in momentum basis. So we start with a general catch. Let us expand this in momentum basis. Okay. Now the position operator is acting on this general catch. So it will be acting on this ket vector. Okay. Now here the position operator is acting on momentum eigenketch. We don't know what is the action of position operator on the momentum eigenketch. So, but we know what is the action of position operator on position eigenketch. So what I am going to do is, let me introduce an identity in between the position operator and the momentum eigenketch here at this position, and then I am invoking the completeness condition of position eigenketch. Okay. So let us see. Integral over p prime and integral over x prime. Position operator is here, and here I am introducing the identity and the completeness of position eigenketch. Integral over x prime, ket x prime, bra vector x prime is the identity, and then we have momentum eigenketch and this. Okay. Now here the action of position operator on position eigenketch is we get eigenvalue times eigenketch, because this is an eigenketch of position operator. So we get eigenvalue times eigenketch. X prime is the eigenvalue. The other terms are here. Okay. So this is a general ket. When position operator acts on this general ket, we get a modified ket. Now let us take the component of this modified ket in momentum basis. Okay. So in order to take the component, let us take the inner product with a bra vector momentum eigenket. So P, already we have used ket P prime here, so I am using P double prime x alpha. So this bra vector should act on a ket vector on the right side. The ket vector on the right side is this. So we have x prime, p double prime, x prime, p prime alpha. Okay, now what is this term and this term? This term is the transformation function between position eigenket and momentum eigenket. We have seen this in the previous class. So this term x prime, p prime is 1 by root 2 pi h cross I p prime x prime by h cross. This is this term. What about this term? This term you can write as x prime p double prime star, right? When you interchange the ket vector and bra vector, you get a complex conjugate. And if you know this term is very easy. This term is instead of p prime, we should write p double prime, and we have to take the complex conjugate. So what you get? 1 by root 2 pi h cross e raised to minus I. Instead of p prime, we have p double prime. Okay. So we can substitute this term here and this term here. Okay. Then let us simplify. Okay. This 1 by 2 pi root 2 pi h cross and 1 by root 2 pi h cross, we get 1 by 2 pi h cross, and these two exponential factors we can combine, e raised to I by h cross p prime minus p double prime x prime, right? And then this p prime alpha. Okay. Now look at this term. Let me put a curly bracket here. Let me call this equation 1. Now what I am going to do is, this term in the curly bracket is integration over x prime 1 by 2 pi h cross, this exponential factor. This term I am going to rewrite. Okay. So how do we rewrite this? Not to rewrite this, let us consider this derivative dou by dou p double prime integral over x prime e raised to I by h cross p prime minus p double prime x prime. Okay, that means consider the derivative of an integral. Integration is over x prime, differentiation is over p double prime. This x prime and p double prime are independent variables. So what we can do is, here we are doing the integration first and then the differentiation. I can interchange it. Okay, first do the differentiation of this function and then integration. Integral over x prime dou by dou p double prime of this function e raised to I by h cross p prime minus p double prime x prime. Okay, now this is equal to integral over x prime. So what is the result of this differentiation? We get the same function e raised to I by h cross p prime minus p double prime x prime, and the coefficient of p double prime should come out. What is the coefficient of p double prime? I by h cross and x prime will be there with a minus sign also. So minus I by h cross into x prime. Okay, from the right hand side I can take this, this minus I can write as 1 by I. So we have 1 by IH cross here. I can take this 1 by IH cross to the left side. Okay, this is the left hand side. So if I can write this 1 by IH cross, when it comes to the left side it becomes IH cross. Okay, 1 by IH cross goes to the numerator. So what is remaining here is integral dx prime x prime e raised to I by h cross p prime minus p double prime times x prime. Now look at the term in the curly bracket of equation 1, integral dx prime x prime 1 by 2 pi h cross etc. So only difference is that there is an extra 1 by 2 pi h cross here that we can add. So 1 by 2 pi h cross I can add to the both sides, and here let me add it here 1 by 2 pi h cross. Okay. So this term we can write like this, right? So let us further modify here. So this this term, if I write first 1 by 2 pi h cross integral over x prime. Okay, so this term, which is the same as this term in the curly bracket, now we have managed to write this in this form. We can further modify this. So IH cross times dou by dou p double prime 1 by h cross. Okay, I will take this 1 by 2 pi also. Maybe I will put it like this, 1 by 2 pi integral. Remember this integration, these limits are from minus infinity to plus infinity, the entire x-axis. Integration over x prime e raised to I by h cross p prime minus p double prime x prime. Now this term in this curly bracket here, this is the integral form of Dirac delta function. Okay, we have discussed integral form of Dirac delta function in the previous class. This is the same as the thing. Actually, in the previous class, we have 1 by 2 pi integral over p prime e raised to I x prime minus x double prime times p prime, and the answer was delta x prime minus x double prime. So here, instead of x prime minus x double prime, we have 1 by h cross times p prime minus p double prime. So this term in the curly bracket we can write as, there is an extra h cross here, we can write as delta 1 by h cross times p prime minus p double prime. Okay. Now there is a property of Dirac delta function that delta some constant c x minus a is equal to 1 by mod c delta x minus a. You can try to prove that yourself. So if we use that property here, instead of c we have 1 by h cross. So 1 by mod c becomes h cross. So this is, you can write as h cross times delta p prime minus p double prime. This h cross and this h cross will cancel. So we have IH cross dou by dou p double prime delta p prime minus p double prime. Okay, this is h cross times delta p prime minus p double prime, and h cross will cancel. Now this differentiation is with respect to the second factor here. If it is with respect to the first factor, then we can interchange delta function and the derivative. This again another property we have discussed in the previous class. Now how do we interchange, how can I make this differentiation with respect to the first factor? That's very easy. Another property of delta function is that delta x minus a is equal to delta a minus x. It's symmetric about the two variables. How do we prove this? If we can prove the first property, you just put c equal to minus 1. Okay, if c is equal to minus 1, this will become delta a minus x, and this will be 1 mod c will be 1, so delta x minus a. So we can prove this. Okay, so I am using this property, so I can interchange this delta function. So I can write this as ih cross dou by dou p double prime delta p double prime minus p prime. Okay, so this is differentiation with respect to the first factor now. So this means we can interchange this delta function and the derivative. Now the derivative will be with respect to the second factor. So this I can write as delta p double prime minus p prime ih cross dou by dou p prime. Ih cross is a constant, we can move it anywhere. So the point is, if I interchange the delta function comes first and the derivative comes second. Now the derivative is with respect to the second variable here. Okay, this property also we have proved in the previous class. So finally, let us call this as equation 2. Okay, so what we have done so far is, in equation 1, this term in the curly bracket, this integration over x prime times 1 by 2 pi h cross, this exponential factor, this factor comes here. This integral we have rewritten in terms of a derivative, a delta function times a derivative. Okay, so we can substitute that here. Okay, so this component of x times ket alpha in the momentum basis, this is equal to integral over p prime. Instead of this term in the curly bracket, we have obtained delta p prime minus p double prime ih cross dou by dou p prime of this term p prime alpha. Now here we have a delta function under an integral, so this integral will go, only one term will remain corresponding to p prime equal to p double prime. P prime is the integration variable, p prime equal to p double prime term will remain. Then this result will be ih cross dou by dou p double prime. Instead of p prime we should have p double prime, and here also p double prime alpha. So in this inner product, gra vector p double prime x alpha, gra vector p double prime x ket alpha equals ih cross dou by dou p double prime alpha. Here p double prime is a dummy variable, so we can re-express this in terms of p prime. So p prime x alpha is ih cross dou by dou p prime alpha. Let us see what this result means. So what we have obtained here is, we have a general ket, then x operator, position operator acts on the ket, we get a modified ket. Okay, a general ket, when position operator acts on this general ket, we get a modified ket. Now what we are going to do is, let us take the component of this general ket in momentum basis. So what you have is p prime alpha. That's the component of this ket in the momentum basis. This is a modified ket. What is the component in the momentum basis? P prime x alpha. Now here we have obtained that this p prime x alpha is equal to ih cross dou by dou p prime of p prime alpha. Okay, that's the result that we have obtained. Now, if you rewrite this in the language of wave function, what is this? It's the wave function component of alpha along p prime that we call wave function phi alpha p prime, momentum wave function of this ket vector. This becomes IH cross dou by dou p prime phi alpha p prime. So this is the general ket. In the wave function language, this is the it's a momentum wave function corresponding to this general ket. Now this is the modified ket when the position operator acts on the general ket. What is the in the wave function language? What is the result when you choose momentum basis? It's like IH cross dou by dou p prime acting on this original wave function. So this result, this change from the general ket to a modified ket by the action of position operator, in the momentum basis, this result or this change translates as this is the original wave function, this is the modified wave function. So what is the action of position operator in the momentum basis? We can say position operator is identical to IH cross dou by dou p prime in the momentum basis. Position operator is identical to derivative with respect to p prime and multiplied with IH cross. Remember that this behavior is equivalent to the behavior of momentum operator in position basis. What is the behavior of momentum operator in position basis? Minus IH cross dou by dou x. Dou by dou x prime. That's the behavior of momentum operator in position basis. And this is the behavior of position operator in momentum basis. There is not a minus sign here, that's only difference. Otherwise, there is a perfect symmetry between these two behaviors. So earlier we got the result p prime x alpha equals IH cross dou by dou p prime of p prime alpha. Okay. Now, in order to get the matrix element of x in p basis, let us simply replace this general wave function by a momentum eigenket. Already we have used p prime here, so let me use p double prime. Okay, so we have p prime x p double prime. Instead of ket alpha, I am using ket p double prime, a momentum eigenket. On the right side, we have IH cross dou by dou p prime p prime p double prime. Look at the left hand side. This is the matrix element of x in p basis. Okay, this is one momentum eigenket, this is another momentum eigenket. So this is the matrix element. On the right side, we can write this as IH cross dou by dou p prime. This is the orthonormality of momentum basis. This is delta p prime minus p double prime. We can interchange this differentiation and delta function. So then we have delta p prime minus p double prime IH cross dou by dou p double prime. Here the differentiation is with respect to the first variable. When you interchange, now the differentiation is with respect to the second variable. So this is the matrix element of position operator in momentum basis. Dirac delta function times IH cross dou by dou p double prime. And when you compare, you can compare this with the matrix element of momentum operator in position basis. You get a similar expression. Only thing is that here instead of IH cross, you have minus IH cross. That's all. Consider the expectation value of position operator in momentum basis. So let us calculate the expectation value of position operator in a general ket. Okay. Now, if you express this general ket bra vector as well as ket vector in terms of momentum basis, this expression will turn out to be integral dp prime integral dp double prime. This will be a complex conjugate of wave function. So we have phi alpha star p prime, then p prime x p double prime phi alpha p double prime. Okay. So what we have done is we have done many times. We introduce an identity here in between bra vector alpha and x, and an identity here between x and ket vector alpha. And for both identity, we introduce the completeness condition of momentum basis. Okay, momentum base case. That's what we have done here. Okay, then so this we can rewrite as integral dp prime integral dp double prime phi alpha star p prime. This is the matrix element of position operator in momentum basis, and its structure is delta p prime minus p double prime ih cross times dou by dou p double prime. Okay. So then one of the integral will go. Suppose this integral goes, then the only remaining integral is integration of over p prime, and from this integral only one term will remain. P double prime equals p prime. So this we can take out. So phi alpha star p prime. In the remaining terms, only one term will remain. With the integrating variable is p double prime. P double prime should be equal to p prime. Only one term. So we have ih cross. This term will be p prime. This also will be p prime. So dou by dou p prime phi alpha p prime. This is the expectation value of x, position operator in momentum basis. Okay, integral over p prime phi alpha star p prime ih cross dou by dou p prime phi alpha p prime. Again, what we have to do is we have to compare this result with the expectation value of momentum operator in position basis. A similar expression we will have obtained. The wave functions will be with respect to position basis, and there will be a minus ih cross here, and differentiation will be in x dou by dou x prime. Okay.